wrestling fans, welcome once again to XWA Recap. I'm Phil Gilbert, alongside always Jeff Graves. We'll be going through the events that transpired during XWA Deception, which had our opening contest. Ryan Heath taking on a member of the frat, chiseled Chip Chambers, in a very exciting bout.
Definitely, Gilbert. I totally agree with you. You know, one of those times that rarely happens. But it was a solid note to start the show with. Now, the frat, they may not have gotten the win, but they definitely showcased that old school mean streak that they seem to have been lacking lately, and I, for one, was glad to see it.
The frat, always having the numbers advantage for them. A 3-on-1 beatdown on the Canadian icon Ryan Heath. Our next match, John Stryker called out Wesley Pipes, but Pipes, wearing his street clothes, came down to the ring, listed basically a laundry list of why he doesn't want to compete against John Stryker. Take a look.
John Stryker, this again, really? Do you have some kind of strange obsession with me or something? I have nothing to gain from beating you. You've accomplished quite a bit, pal. But that was back when you were relevant and people actually gave a crap about you. So let's face it, John, your best years are behind you. And despite everything that you've lost, there's one thing you continue to gain. And that's weight, pal.
Every point, correct, logical, brilliant. Why do you think I'm wearing this shirt? Given to me by my new close personal friend, the Muscle Beast from Muscle Beach, Wesley Pipes.
I'm starting to think that your admiration for certain competitors like Wesley Pipes is getting into the realm of stalkerism.
You're just jealous, Gilbert, that you don't have close personal friends.
If you're through with the slander, let's just get back to the action that happened during Deception. The Pledge, getting punishment from what happened during Top Rope Turmoil. The Pledge was ordered by Josh Kotsabasakis to wrestle against Barstool Bailey.
Wasn't really much of a match, more of a hiccup. In fact, your description right there was probably longer than the match itself.
I think the real story is what happened after the match when Barstool Bailey came back and had an interview with you, basically.
Well, let's take a quick look at that. Barstool Bailey, can I get a word?
What do you want?
Look. Those humanoid fans out there have this notion that you're afraid of Nightmare. There's no truth to that rumor, is there?
Do you think there's any truth to that rumor? Well, do you really think there is?
Well, no, but...
Do I look like I'm afraid of anything?
Not at all.
I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid of no one. And that includes you, Nightmare. That's just goat crap. Smoke and mirrors and mind games. It changes nothing. I am not afraid of you, ever. Well, I gotta get to the bar. It's almost closing time. You have a good night.
Clearly, Barstool Bailey's not afraid of Nightmare.
Clearly indeed, Jeff, but let's just get back to the task on hand. Our next match, originally not for the Elite Championship, but Johnny Versace did declare that he would defend the title against James Steele. A hard fought back and forth between the two, and Steele was almost the victor, but Versace, with leverage by pulling on James Steele's shorts, he was able to get the 1-2-3.
Oh, come on, Gilbert. No, that's not what happened at all. The clearly fashion-conscious Johnny Versace was doing us all a favor. That uncouth ne'er-do-well, James Steele, his terribly gauche pants were falling down, and Johnny Versace pulled them up for us. I mean, you don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. The fans don't need to see it. Thank you, Johnny Versace, for doing us all a favor and pulling up James Steele's pants.
What other challenges await for the Elite Champion, and will James Steele get another title opportunity for the Elite title? Only time will tell. Our next match pitted two behemoths of brutality, Zane Valentine and Nightmare. Zane was impressive going against Nightmare, but fell victim to one of Nightmare's devastating powerbombs. Nightmare was the victor in the match, but then Barstool Bailey ran out to attack Nightmare with a stool. Nightmare was not affected and chased off Barstool. I don't think your theory that Barstool not being afraid has any bounds or anything like that.
I'm telling you, Gilbert, he's not afraid of anything. Well, except maybe missing happy hour.
Let's just get on to the next match, shall we? Which pitted two former Elite champions, Wesley Pipes and Julius Fantana. A classic tale of Davey versus Goliath between Fantana and Pipes.
Yeah, but that match wasn't interrupted by some bearded, chin-strapped, muscle-bound lunkhead named John Stryker like this one was.
Which did cause a disqualification, and Wesley Pipes was the winner via DQ. But after the match, the XWA champion Shahir Razul attacked Julius Fantana, clearly sending a message to the 2012 Top Rope Turmoil winner.
You know, you've got to let these masked tramposos know exactly that you mean business, and that's what Shahir Razul was doing.
And now on to our main event, Dazzling Dick Durning against Joshua Kotsabasakis. These two always have fantastic matches, and this one was no exception. Before the match, Josh bragged about having his uncle, Ted DiBiase, put him in the Roll the Dice ladder match in July. The match had great back and forth between the two former XWA champions, until Chip and Dale ran in to attack Durning, and that allowed Josh to emerge the victor. After the match, once again, a 3-on-1 beatdown, this time on Durning, until, of all people, Ryan Heath came out and chased off the frat. Durning and Heath then had a rather intense stare down. So much history, from former friends to bitter enemies, and there they stood, together in the ring, once again, to close out Deception.
If I were Heath, I would have slapped a tooth right out of Durning's mouth.
I'm really curious what's going to happen between these two, as well as their encounters with the frat. But that has been Deception for XWA Recap. Join us for our next show, XWA Roll the Dice, featuring our main event, a 6-man ladder match, where the person that grabs the case is guaranteed an XWA title match anytime they choose in the following year. Join us for the Roll the Dice with our very special guest, WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. What does he have in store for XWA fans? XWA Roll the Dice will be live at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink on July the 6th, and the following night, July the 7th, we'll be in Fredericton at the York Arena.
Ticket prices are $12 in advance, $14 at the door for grandstand seating, and $16 in advance, and $18 at the door for floor seating. For children under 12, it's still only $10.
Bring the whole family for some exciting XWA action that only the XWA can provide.
Don't you dare miss it.